Hey guys, Clint here. How you doing? That's great. I was going to come on here yesterday, but didn't. I'm not whining or anything like that. I don't know how I'm going to say this, but I think it has to be said. I was kind of messy yesterday because I had a bad sleep. You would think when you retire, your sleep would be better, right? I go to bed at midnight. I wake up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm in bed. And I can't get back to sleep. And I don't go back to sleep. Who does that? I hate that. I don't like it. I'm laying in bed. And all I could think about is that Calgary police officer. Oh, man. How terrible is that? And I can't get him out of my head. There's a reason why I don't have cable anymore. I don't want to hear about it. It's selfish of me, but I don't want to hear about it. I want to avoid that. I don't want it in my head because now I'm awake at 3:30 in the morning and all I could think, and I don't know the guy's name. I found out after. I tried to avoid it. His name's Andrew Harnett, was killed on New Year's Eve. Murdered. Police officer in Calgary. And I can't get it out of my head. And all I'm thinking about is, oh, is he married? Was he married? I hope he wasn't married. I don't want to know. Does he have kids? I hope he doesn't have kids. Does he have children? I hope. That's what I start thinking about. And I can't shut it off. I can't. Then I start thinking about the Calgary Police Department. And I'm feeling bad for all those police officers. And even Edmonton police, they pop into my head. I feel bad for them. And what do you say? I don't think death makes anybody stronger. I think it makes you weaker. And my words no words are good enough. And I'm not good at stuff like this. But I thought I should say something about it and how terrible everybody feels about it. And I hope one day the family can move on from it. Yeah. There's nothing anybody can say. And I was going to come down here and say, Happy New Year. But that'd be lying. You know what I mean? There's nothing happy about the start of that new year at all. You would think we would get 2020. This is how 2021's going to start. You know what I mean? So, no. If it was me, if I was murdered, I think I'd want the world to stop for a little bit. You know what I mean? And no, there's no Happy New Year. But let's hope this year is better than last year. But it's sure not starting out that way. Okay. I'd like to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. I'm on Spotify now. I don't know how that happened. Really, I don't. But yeah, subscribe. Find me on Spotify. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know if I should have done that. It means a lot. It's amazing. I started this channel in June 2019. And I did a few episodes and nobody was watching. And I got excited when I would go, because I could go onto my YouTube channel and I could see if anybody's watching my videos. And every now and then there would be, one or two. I got really excited when 3 people were watching. And I felt safe. My wife came down here the other day and said, "Sure smells like smoke down here." And I'm like, "Really? Seriously? You think I'd be smoking down here inside the house?" Okay. Of course I wouldn't do that. I remember in June posting videos, nobody is watching it, and I felt good about that. I felt safe. And then in July, all of a sudden something happened in July. I'm on the wharf, and I look at my phone, expecting to see nobody watching, because that's what it was like, or hoping maybe 2 people were watching my videos. And I look down, and it says 100. 100 people are Right now, 100 people are watching my videos. And I'm like, oh my God, what? And then boom, 200 people. I'm like, and I say to people on the wharf, I'm like, I think I'm in trouble. People are watching my videos. It felt better when they weren't watching. They were like, what did I say wrong? I said something wrong. I'm in trouble. I felt like I was going to get in trouble. I'm like, what are they watching? And they're watching that video, the RCMP suspend Dustin Dolman. And I'm like, oh, shit. I was talking about Black Lives Matter. It was a scary feeling. It was easier before when nobody was watching. And it worried me. But I'm glad that you're watching, and I'm glad that you watched that. And I guess, I know it's weird. I mean, how weird is this? Who does this? I'm going to get a video camera and a microphone and start saying things, you know what I mean? Like, who does that? That's weird. That's a little wing nutty, I guess. I don't know why I did it, but I was bored. It was March 2019, and I was retired. What do you do? What do you do? I guess it's, I don't know. Do you do this? Who does this? Nobody does this. I mean, and people ask me, what do you do now? And I'm like people ask my kid at school, like, what does your dad do? Oh, he's a YouTuber. Like, really? A YouTuber? You go from cop to YouTuber? I don't even know why I'm talking like this. I guess, I don't know. My goal is 1,000 subscribers, and I just about got 500. I got 200. This is why. I got 240,000 watch time minutes, guys. And that's a big deal. I know it's not a whole lot compared to other YouTube channels, but it's a lot for me. It's a big deal for me. That's 4,000 hours of watch time minutes in 6 months. So I'm proud of that. And thank you for watching. Do you know what 4,000 hours is? If you sat in front of your TV without going to bed for 166 days, that's 240,000 minutes. So I like it. And a part of me is overcoming a fear of public speaking. I had a huge fear of public speaking my entire life. Could never do it. My heart would go crazy. Even if I had to announce my name in the classroom. I went to university for a few years. Took criminology. I took criminology. And I remember taking a psychology class, and the teacher said we had to do a presentation in the class. A presentation. I couldn't do a presentation. There was a cute girl in that class. Her name was Stacy Buteau. There's no way I'm going to do a presentation in front of her. I can't talk in front of people. My voice is going to get all, Bonnie Henry-like. I'm going to get all nervous and scared. I'm going to get choked up. And I told the teacher, I said, I'm not doing it. It's just me and him. I said, I can't do it. What's the ramifications? He convinced me to do it. So I went home and I wrote the presentation. This is how silly I was. And I phoned up a buddy. I said, can you drive me tomorrow to school? Because I'm going to be drunk. I had to drink before the presentation. I drank 6 beer. I walk into the classroom. Stacy says to me, have you been drinking? It's like 11:30 in the morning. And I did the presentation. I kicked ass on it and got an A. But I had to drink to do it. Is this public speaking? I don't know. I'm not really talking. I'm talking to myself, really. I mean, this is what I'm doing. I'm talking to myself. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night because that's what I do. And I say, like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh my God. Like, what are you doing? This is insane. Too late now. I'm doing it. I ain't stopping. I got lots to say. I shouldn't say this, but a part of me is holding off on saying things. I remember in grade 12, I had to do a forestry presentation, and I did such a good job on preparing for this forestry presentation. We're sitting there, and the teacher said to me, Clint, are you ready to do your presentation? But half the class wasn't there. They weren't there. They were on a field trip. And I remember thinking, Well, I don't want to do my presentation in front of nobody. I want people to hear it. So I said, I'm ready, but I'd rather do it tomorrow. Oh, fine. You want to do it tomorrow? Go ahead and do it tomorrow then. He was mad that I had chose to do it another day. But a part of me is, I guess the point is, I want more people watching before I... That's weird. Now I want more people watching. I guess the point is I got lots to say. I remember looking at my YouTube and going, I got 3 subscribers, and the next day I had 18. I was like, holy shit. Like, that was exciting. 18. I got nearly 500. I don't know. Yeah. I guess that's good. I'm told in my household the other day, this week, to go take my son, my 10-year-old, for a haircut, and I guess they go to this place. It's a common place. So I throw him in the car. We go. It's 2 blocks away. We go into the haircutting place. We take a number. It's I don't know. It's like a drop in, sign up kind of thing. 100 people working there. Lots of people need their haircut. So I pay for the haircut in advance. Me and my son, we're standing there. I pay for it. And she gives me the keypad, and it's $22. He's 10 years old. $22 for a little boy's haircut. And I'm like, I wanted to say something. Because I'm older now, and I complain a lot more. So I'm looking around for the title of the business, because I thought it was like a bargain cut kind of thing, like bargain cuts, or cut me for $1, or 2 for $1 cut, like $1 or $2. That's what I thought. That's what I thought the business was. How can it be $22? Honestly, I was expecting it to say $4.97, including the tip. So I go outside of the business. I leave my son in there. When he's done, he's going to come out to the car, and I'm just going to sit in the car. I go out and I look for the sign. What is the name of this business? First Choice. Not anymore. Really? 10 years old? So I get in the car. I'm waiting for him. I realize I forgot his pack of cigarettes at home. His pack of Rothmans. So I drive back home. It's only 2 blocks away. I come back. He's standing outside all ready for me. It took 10 minutes to cut his hair. $22. He says, Dad, I want to go get some new shoes. So we go get some new shoes. I lace it up. The shoes were $80. Shop local, they say. Yeah, okay. I'm paying for the shoes. I'm punching in my code. And it dawns on me. I'm like, well, don't you save on tax for a kid? So I say, don't you save on tax? Yeah, you just got to fill out a form. Well, why wouldn't I want to fill out the form? Where's the form? Of course I'm going to fill out the form. She didn't even tell me about the saving on. She knows the shoes aren't for me. I don't know. This is what happens, I guess, when you get older. You know what I mean? You start complaining. Silly. But this stuff now bugs me, annoys me. I'll have a medium coffee, 2 sugar, that's all I want. Can I get you anything else? Like shit like that bugs me. Silly. This is disgusting. I'm going to get in shit. You guys want to take a call? Yeah, you do. I know you do. Let's take a call. Okay, his name's Doug. He's been talking for a bit. I'm just going to play a small little... Here we go.
The body cam footage, the one thing I was kind of wondering, we don't use body cams in Edmonton, so it's hard to tell how far away the guy was when she took the shot. My first kind of thought on it was that I would have waited till he got closer, but who knows?
Okay, so he's talking about Toni McBride. Toni McBride, a hot cop in California for California Police, LAPD, back in April 2019. She killed a guy, police officer. She shot him 6 times. He had a knife. She told him to stop. He wouldn't. And now she's criticized. They're talking about murder charges. That's the word. I showed the video on my last thing that I did, and...
Right there! Drop the knife!
Doug said he would have waited. He would have waited till, I think he said he would have waited till the bad guy got closer. The first 2 shots that she shot were justified according to California rules, according to this commission. The next 2, 3 and 4, were justified. The last 2, 5 and 6, they said weren't justified, and that's why they're talking about murder now. Doug would have waited till she got closer. I would have too. I said the shooting was justified. But yeah, I would have waited too. That wasn't the point of my video. I believe we wait too long. And Toni McBride didn't. We wait too long, we de-escalate. That was my whole point. Another guy commented on my post and said, "Don't know, man. After 4 shots, the guy is rolling on the ground. His body is functioning from adrenaline until he is completely deceased." You think? You know that adrenaline that they're experiencing can be deadly? You want to see what adrenaline does? Watch when the bad guy gets too close. Watch what adrenaline does after he's shot.
The weapon!
Adrenaline doesn't stop a bad guy from killing still. Sometimes you can run a mile after a lethal shot by police. That cop is lucky to be alive. That cop shouldn't be alive. She had a stoppage. If you watch my video, you'll see that the bad guy actually cleared her stoppage by accident. That police officer allowed bad guy to get too close. That was the point. Toni McBride didn't allow it. She gave him like 1 chance. Stop. If you keep on coming towards me, I'm going to shoot you. And she did. She didn't waste any time. How many chances do we got to give these people? That was my whole point of the video. You need distance for a lot of reasons. And one reason is in case you have a stoppage. Another reason is you got to give bad guy time to die. Sounds weird, I know, but boom, 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 they're still coming at you. That's what adrenaline does. I guess Toni could have allowed him to get closer. That would have been the civilian way, right, guys? That's what civilians want you to do. We need to de-escalate more. We need to talk bad guy out of it. That's what we need more training on de-escalation. We need nurses. We need de-escalation, de-escalate. De-escalate also gives the bad guy a plan of attack, more time to think. Sometimes you get stabbed in the face when you try to de-escalate too much.
Why are you running, dude? Are you scared? Hey, look, running's not gonna help. One, I run a lot. Now, the thing of it is, you're still not in trouble, but obviously I can't trust you not to run anywhere. All right, so come on. I'm gonna put you in handcuffs for now, okay?
Sometimes your gun doesn't work. I've been watching a lot of these videos. There's a lot of stoppages. This guy was tased twice. And her partner's gun didn't work. He gets up with knives. She lives, but he starts stabbing at her.
You still got that knife? Yep.
Put the fucking knife down! Drop the goddamn knife! Drop it!
Let it go. No.
Get out there!
I'm getting really tired of members, and I used to do this. But now that I'm retired, I'm rethinking this thing. I don't like members bringing a taser to a knife fight. I don't. Toni McBride was criticized for shooting too much, for being a good shot. For stopping the threat. That's what she was criticized for. If her first 2 shots were headshots, we wouldn't even be talking about Toni McBride. They are saying that shot 5 and 6 was the one that killed this bad guy. So they are criticizing her shot 5 and 6. Why aren't they criticizing shot 4? Why is shot 4 just as justifiable as shot 1, 2, and 3? They're criticizing her because of her trigger pull, really, what she's trained to do. She's trained to take 2 shots and pause, a stupid ass pause that they're taught to do. He's on the ground. She fires 3, 4, 5, and 6. Boom, 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 boom. There's a pause in between.
Drop it! Officer needs help. Volume and volume.
3 and 4 are fine. But because she paused, they have a problem with 5 and 6. If she would have went 3, 4, 5, and 6, nobody would have said anything. But she paused. She's supposed to know, like, after 3 and 4, even though he's still holding the knife and rolling around, that she should have stopped it there. But in her mind, I guarantee you, when she's firing at him and he's on the ground, that's it. You tried to get up. I'm going to fire 4 more shots. She already knew that 5 and 6 were coming the moment she pulled number 3. And it's about her trigger pull. She's thinking about trigger pull, which is everything in shooting. 3, 4, I already know I'm doing 5 and 6. Pause, trigger pull, make sure it's good. Make sure you account for all your bullets because there's innocent witnesses in the background. 5 and 6 were already made up. But she puts that little pause in there because she's trained to do that, by the way. Ugh. We got a problem with that. We got issues with that. I don't know. Now that I'm retired, I look at things differently. I look at things differently now when it comes to training. I used to be a robot before. Now I take my use of force training, even though I'm not a cop anymore. I think everybody needs a break from policing. Because you look at the big picture. I take my use of force, my common sense, and the big picture, and I combine all 3. Before I was just a robot. He's combative. Okay, pepper spray, right? He's not being cooperative. Hands on, take him to the ground maybe. He's charging me, baton. He's got a knife. Taser. Robotic. And I'm to blame too. What are we trained to do? He's got a taser. He's got a knife. You pull out your taser. No, you don't. Stop pulling out your taser when bad guy has a knife. Stop doing it. Stop training that way. Trainers, stop doing it. It's about you guys. It's about you guys going home for the night. It's not about civilians and what they think, their logic. They don't know anything about use of force. Stop letting it creep into your mind. You're letting it affect you. It needs to be about you. When a guy approaches you with a weapon, you give him one chance and one chance only. He takes one more step, you shoot him. You shoot him. If he tries to get up, you shoot him again. No chances. How many chances do you got to give him? You already gave him a chance. He's had his chance. He's not dropping the weapon. He's getting up. You shoot him. And put that dumbass taser away. But that's not what society wants. It's not what they want. It's not even what commissioners want. Doug said he would have waited. I probably would have waited too. And are you right or wrong? I don't know. Maybe I would have been wrong if I waited. How about that? Maybe Toni McBride would have been wrong if she waited. What if her gun didn't work? He had a deadly weapon. I don't care what anybody says. It was a deadly weapon. What if her partner's gun didn't work? What if he got so close that she couldn't control her trigger pull and missed him and hit people in the background because there was a ton of people in the background? What's the right call? I think we wait too long. We're listening to society. We need to stop. I think Toni McBride is brave for what she did. Maybe we should start thinking about doing it her way instead of the other way. How many chances are we going to give these guys? They don't deserve. It's not her fault. It's not Toni McBride's fault that this nuthead dropped the knife. He doesn't drop the knife. He keeps on walking towards her. It's not her fault that she came across a crazy man that wanted to die. And now we're talking about murder? for the police officer, a murder charge? And a lot of cops are agreeing to this in America? Why are we so focused on supporting the bad guy? Aren't you getting it? Isn't it about you? Shouldn't it be about you? Why is it more about the bad guy? That's what's happened now. The world's turning Looney Tunes. It should be about you going home. That's what it should be about. The fuck was that? It's not about the cop anymore. It's about the bad guy. That's who the important people are. Cops aren't important. It's not about them. They have made it about the bad guy. And it's fucked up. It really is. And you know what? Police aren't really helping either. You guys really want change? Maybe you should start changing how you think. Some of you. We're so quick to shit on other cops. Like they're shitting on Toni McBride. Way too much de-escalating, allowing them to get closer. Because we're worried about using our weapons. We're worried about what society thinks. De-escalate. We'll get you killed. Come on, closer. Come on. There's way too much of it. There's way too much de-escalating. It's like community policing, you know. Good gig, but complete bullshit, right? You know what I mean? If you want to change police, some of you have to change also. If you want a change in policing, you need to take back control. You need to say, no, we're doing it this way. This is how we're doing it. No more chances. And I wasn't going to bring this up, but I have to. One of the biggest things that happened in Canada was Chief Adam Allen arrest. It's not only police, it's civilians are shitting on police. Police are shitting on police. Also, retired members are shitting on police. And I can't get away from Chief Adam Allen, that file that happened this year in Alberta. And Sherry Benson, a former cop, retired cop, goes on, I don't know, CTV Global. First of all, do you remember Chief Adam?
You tell her Chief Adam fucking tells you I'm tired of being harassed by the RCMP. Don't fucking goddamn harass me. Just fucking leave us alone. Sir, okay, don't fucking stop behind us like you're fucking watching us.
Sir, return to your vehicle. I'll come back to you in a minute.
Okay, you're fucking right. You fucking asshole.
Could you return to your vehicle, sir?
Fucking right I would. Fucking do it now. You and I are gonna have a fucking problem right here, right fucking now. Come on! You and I are trying to fucking come on! Here, take my wrist. Take it. You fucking problem. Hey, keep my wife alone. Don't fuck around. You come to me. Get what the fuck you do. Come on. Come on. Don't fucking bother me.
You hit, bastard!
They interview Sherry Benson. Really? They interview her. And Sherry criticizes the second cop, criticizes the cop that did the tackling. I can't get over it. I can't stop talking about it.
Was correct. It was the second officer that came in and video. We can see the suspect was under control, and the jumping on him and then and giving him a punch to the head, that was not really needed. That was not really needed because he was already under control.
The suspect was under control, guys. That's what Sherry says. The suspect was under control. There was no need for that guy to do that, for that cop to do what he did. You call this under control, Sherry? Huh? With his shoulder trying to get away from the cop? You call this under control, Sherry? Do you see his right hand? Do you see his clenched fist? Sherry says when you show up to these calls, you got to assess and reassess. The call's not always going to be the same as it is when it comes in.
You come to a situation like that, you have to, Beverly, you have to assess and reassess all the time because situations can change really quickly. And the initial call, by the time you get there, might be different.
Nothing changed. Adam was still the way he was the entire time. When that cop got out of his cop car, she's talking about control. She's saying that they had the suspect under control when that cop showed up. When that cop got out of his cop car, you don't think he's seen this? You don't think in his head that, holy shit, this bad guy's going to punch my partner. I'm running towards him. He's got a clenched fist. What do? You take him down. You take him down hard. And thank God, finally, somebody took him down. Running around the truck, wanting to fight everybody in a taekwondo stance. Sherry's got a problem with that. She wants to shit on police. Sherry tells you should watch the whole video like Sherry did. She watched the whole video. You got to watch the whole video. Did you watch the whole video? She says that's control. The cop had him under control. And you got to control yourself when he's under control. Thank you for never backing me up, Sherry. Thank you. She was in highway patrol.
The way as a highway patrol officer, once you the suspect is in control, there's no need. You use whatever force you need to control the situation. And then once the situation and the person is in control, you don't need to use force or any kind of violence.
The suspect was under control. Just what video? She didn't watch the video.
Well, when I watched the whole thing, and people have to watch the whole thing.
She's telling you to watch it. Even she goes on CTV. I feel bad because she has a story and she wasn't treated very well with the RCMP. But I'm sorry. If you're going to go on CTV and give your advice, watch the video. Watch the video, Sherry. Know what you're talking about a little bit. Come on. And what else she say? The first officer, what was it? Did everything right, like what I would have done. I would have done what the first officer did.
I watched the first officer, and he did, from my perspective, he did everything that I would have done, everything that was right.
Sherry wants you to think that she would have done everything right at that call. Could you imagine going on the news saying that? I would have done everything right. Would you have? You know what you would have done? Because according to you, he was under control. You would have showed up. Oh, you got him. You got him. Hey, I'll go take some statements. That's what I'll do. I'm going to go take some statements, round up some witnesses for you. Oh, damn it. You got any batteries for my audio recorder? So goofy.
On the line and leaning over the line for the second officer. And like I said, this could definitely be a learning opportunity for everybody watching that you don't want to be that second cop.
Over the line, guys. The second officer was over the line, over the line. And it's a learning opportunity. Aren't you tired of hearing that one? Let's all learn, guys. Let's learn from... I used to hate it when GIS would bring us in after the watch went to a call. Dissect it and bisect it. And tell you what you did wrong and what you need to work on. Oh, fuck off. That drove me insane. Now we got Sherry telling you can learn from it. Yeah.
Be the one who stands back for just a split second and reassesses the situation.
Yeah, just stand back and reassess it, guys. That's what she would have done. I got to reassess this. Oh, under control. He's under control. I don't want to talk about Chief Adam Allen ever again. I guess my point is, you want to change, maybe you should change a little bit. Demand it. Demand your training to change. This bullshit of helping out the bad guy, giving him too many chances. It's going to get you hurt. It already has got you hurt. The more you do that, the more you have people like Sherry. What is that? Why is she talking like that? Over a takedown. You guys are starting to listen to it. You're listening to it. You're listening to people like her. We need to stop listening to civilians. Civilian logic, they know nothing about use of force, guys. Nothing, not a thing. Before you were a cop, did you know anything about use of force? Of course not. You don't know it unless you train for it. It's amazing to me she goes on CTV, whatever it is, and doesn't once talk about the chief's behavior. Doesn't once talk about him being combative. Just wants to talk about over the line, crossing the line. What are you doing? Let's take another call, okay? I know I'm rambling. Why am I talking like this? Let's take another call. Let's take one more call. See what this dude has to say. Okay, I need to calm down.
Hey, Clint. My name is Alex. I'm from
Alex from Manitoba. Thank you for calling, Alex. Appreciate it. I like it when you call. What do you got to say?
Manitoba. I'm a subscriber. Love the podcast. Love your very objective, no bullshit point of view at, your videos you review as well. They resonate with me, and I love it. Reason for the call, I need someone in the RCMP or former RCMP to be brutally honest with me because I haven't been able to get a straight answer.
Okay.
So I'm 25 now. Currently, I run a personal training department for a gym, and I'm a record-holding powerlifter, and I really want to get into the RCMP. Reason for the call, though, is it's been 5 years now. I've waited to apply, but I did have some recreational drug use in my past when I was, 19 or 20. It was very casual, marijuana. I don't even smoke marijuana anymore, even though it's legal. And I haven't in quite a while. But about 5 years ago, went to a music festival and tried some things a little bit more serious, a little bit of cocaine, mushrooms. I believe it was LSD. I don't even really know. And MDMA. So I've done these all once, and it was in one occasion at a music festival. Obviously, I regret it, and I haven't done it since, and that is the truth. But I need someone to be straight up with me. Is it even worth me applying? Because I don't want to waste a year and a half of my life really pursuing this if it's just wishful thinking and it's never going to happen. So yeah, man, don't worry about hurting my feelings. You can be brutally honest. Keep it up. Love the podcast, and hopefully you can get a chance to, answer my question. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, dude. Appreciate it. Love it. Love the question too. Marijuana, eh? Wow. I don't know if I should say this. I can't wrap my head around it that marijuana is legal. All my life, it was bad. Bad, bad, bad. Don't do it before you're a cop because you're not going to become a cop. It's criminal. I can't wrap my head around that. It's legal. It's legal and kind of fun. It's fun. I don't smoke it all the time. Very rarely. But it's amazing to me that I used to hunt you down, arrest you, seize your weed. You guys used to hide it in your asses. Now my parents are moisturizing their skin with it. It doesn't even make sense to me anymore. It doesn't make sense to me. And don't tell me it's not a gateway drug, because now I'm drinking it, eating it. Incredible. Like I said, I don't do it all the time. Am I glad that it's legal? I don't know. Why am I talking about it? I remember the first time it got delivered to my house. I'm at my front window and I see Canada Post show up. She comes out with a huge box. I'm like, that's drugs. She's walking to my door with drugs. I run down to the stairs. I open the door and I'm like, get in here. Canada Post thought it was sheets. And she didn't even know she was trafficking marijuana. It's incredible. It's incredible. Do I like that it's legal? Not all that much. I don't want anybody under the age of 25 trying it because it's going to screw up your head. Could screw up your mind. Could screw up your brain while you're developing. I don't like that. I don't know. Okay. I'll answer your question. I think you're going to be a good cop. If that's all you've done wrong, you got nothing to worry about. You should apply. 5 years? Perfect. You did it 5 years ago? Awesome. That's the key. You're allowed to experiment. Yeah, you did cocaine. You're allowed to experiment. You don't do cocaine now. If you did anything right now, if you went to cocaine right now, you wouldn't become a cop. You experimented when you were younger, 19, 20. Now you're 25. You're allowed to do it. You talked about other things. That's fine. You went to a music fest. You did all this. But don't say, you said something like, I think I tried this. I don't even know. When you fill out the pre-employment polygraph questionnaire, okay, I know you have to be honest, but don't make things up. If you really don't know, then don't put it down. They want you to be honest, but they don't. You don't have to be completely honest, guys. Oh, I said that. But it's true. If I was completely honest, I'd be divorced. Like, nobody is completely honest. So don't start, making things up in your head. Well, maybe it was this. Maybe it was a touch of meth in there. Just say what you know for a fact and put it down. If you don't know for a fact, then don't put it down. If I'm in recruiting and I'm interviewing you, Alex, and that's the only thing that maybe there's an issue with your resume, you're getting in. You're getting in, and unless something else pops up. But no, that's not going to hold you back. And you're a power lifter. You got some kind of record. You could use that in your interview. How are you a leader? That's dedication. You had to wake up at this time. You had to eat 26 meals a day to do that. You're flexible somehow, I guess. Like, show flexibility, dedication, leadership. That's got to be some kind of integrity. You're being honest to yourself. You got to eat. You got to fuel the body. You got to get that record. What do you got to do to get that record? You had to do all these obstacles. You can go on and on and on in the interview about it. How you're a power lifter. And I guess that's all I want to say about that. Yeah. I wrote no BS. I'm not bullshitting you. Okay. And 5 years ago. Worth applying. Yeah, it is. Do not hang out with anybody that does cocaine. You're going to get deferred. Okay? If you are doing that right now, separate yourself. So you can say, well, a year ago I hung out with them, but not anymore. Because you're going to be asked that. You're going to be asked, how many times have you done? I wish police would go back into schools and start at grade 10. Start at grade 10 and say, if you want to become a cop, don't do drugs. If you want to become a cop at, say, 22 years old, stop doing drugs now, grade 10, 11, and 12. Stop doing it. Because you won't become a cop as quickly as you want anyways, you know what I'm saying. I think that's all I want to say. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. First choice. No. Last choice. That's what it is. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe to my channel. And I hope I'm still recording. God damn it all. Yeah, I am. Okay. Bye-bye.